So back to the multimodal chat with Vicuna Blip, and this time I've added the two-mode stable diffusion. Two mode being that it'll work from speech. It's not by the way the XL version. It's a much earlier version, so it's not as good as the XL version. If you thought it was good. But it's okay for small things. I just couldn't fit the XL version on. It's just too much because I'm running the 13 billion weight version of the Vicuna model. The first time I was only running, I think it was 1.3 billion, so it's about 10 times more weights. I'm running it in 4-bit mode, and I'm running it with this new processor. But even so, it's that's kind of stretching it, and putting it even in this image capturing thing that for the video I'm just making will slow it down slightly as well. Let's just go ahead and see what it can do. Hello, can you hear me? I've put it on a beam search of 2, which would take longer normally, although it's not got much really.
Hello, yes, I can hear you. How can I assist you today? Hello, yes, I
hope you heard that. Let's see its image thing that I put on. So I put a magic word in, which is draw. So and then anything after draw, it takes as the prompt, and Vicuna will ignore it if I put draw in. It took a while to get that to work, I can tell you. So if I say draw and then something, so I can just do something simple. First of all, drawing of a dog. So it's just going to sketch a dog because I said drawing. It's probably pretty quick normally. Oh, there it is. So it stuck a dog up there. So that's within my other program. Let's see if it can do draw a beautiful white cat with piercing green eyes. Always pick cats. Yeah, you see it's not quite as good as the previous one. You can tell it's isn't quite like a photograph. Draw a beautiful desert island with a fantastic beach, beautiful sunset, photographic quality. I actually haven't tried doing photographic quality. I doubt it'll make much difference on this thing, but it's not like as good as the XL. Yeah, you see it's much worse quality than, but nevertheless it's kind of alright. You can draw things. Now the other thing you can do, which probably not to be recommended, is you can upload an image into here and it'll take its prompt from the text and the image. But it usually actually isn't that good. And I could put a picture of somebody up there or myself or whatever, and I could say draw, copy the image or something like that, and it'll come out absolutely horrendous. But the idea is that the image here acts as a prompt for this one here. Okay, so I've added that in. So anyway, those are the things I put in. Let me maybe do one more, see if it does a castle. Draw a castle in a remote part of Scotland with beautiful mountains and wild scenery. Deer are running in the background. Let's see what it does with that. If you don't put draw, the Vicuna model will see it. You see how distorted the poor deer is. It looks like it's myxomatosis or something. Yeah. Anyway, it's the best I could put in, but it just shows you the possibilities that you can do with these kind of things. Now I also added in, since the other demos, I don't know if I think I did in the other demo, but sometimes if you're lucky it'll do proper things, because this is a 13 billion weight model, it's a bit better than the previous ones. It doesn't mean it's any better at maths, unfortunately, but it can describe things quite well in quite a bit of detail. So I can put a beam searcher 2, and I'm going to say list Maxwell's equations in vector format, and see if it actually puts it in the proper latex, because it's annoying. Sometimes it puts it in latex but it doesn't display properly, and that's due to the AI. It pleases itself when it wants to do it, when it doesn't want to do it. Sometimes it gets the equations wrong, and other times it doesn't. So it takes a little bit longer because it's got a beam searcher 2 and it's running on the 13 billion parameter model. Even though it's 4 bits, it's running on 4 bits. Doesn't mean it's the whole program's 4 bits. It just means that the model...
Certainly. Maxwell's equations in vector format are 1. Gauss law for electric fields, E=/2. Gauss law for magnetic fields, B=0.3. Faraday's law of induction, B/T4. Ampere's law with Maxwell's correction, + E/T. Where's the gradient of...
think that's right. Those two are right. Faraday's law, that looks right. Ampere's law, I think that's right. Yeah, well, I'm wrong, fair enough, but I think it's pretty much close to being right, if not right, yeah. Okay, so you can see it's a level above the previous one. It wouldn't get anything like that right. And you can put mathematical problems in and see if it'll work them out, but it's not very good at maths. I mean, it can quote mathematical equations. I could do something like describe what density is. Oh, sorry. It's when it's struggling with might not like that. There's other things running. When I'm trying to screen capture, it slows it down. It's not normally quite this slow.
Density is a measure of the mass per unit volume of a substance. It is a fundamental property of matter that describes how much of a substance is present in a given amount of space. Density is typically expressed in units of kilograms per cubic meter, /m^3, or...
You see how it hasn't put that in inline equation in proper LaTeX format, so it's come out all that, but it's all right. I mean, you know what's happening. Let's get it to define buoyancy, shall we? Explain in detail, showing any equations in LaTeX format with double dollar delimiter, what buoyancy is. Explain using a balloon as an example filled with helium and air. You only press that once. That's one of the disadvantages of having one button for the two thing, is when it slows down like that. You can run this on a mobile device, of course, as well. Although this says generating image from stable diffusion, it could do that when you put that prompt in. If you put draw first, it would be pointless. If it gives some abstract thing out, it would be interesting to see what it came out with. It doesn't produce anything. It's just a little bug that it says it's going to do something, but nothing will come out unless I give the draw command. So even though I've told it to use LaTeX, it may come out that it's not properly kind of compiled. What's the word? Compiled. Not really compiled, but presented in LaTeX. It doesn't use the delimiter, so it's not coming out properly. Or it might surprise us and come out. It seems to please itself. There's a random element to these things. Now, because it's thinking about this, it's obviously going to take...
Buoyancy is the force that acts on an object submerged in a fluid, such as water or air, and is equal to the weight of the fluid that the object displaces. The force acts in the direction opposite to the weight of the object, and its magnitude is given by the following equation. F equals Vg, where F is the buoyancy force, is the density of the fluid. V is the volume of the object that is submerged in the fluid.
Yeah, that's fine. Usually it's got a minus sign, it's defined rather than rho Vg. It's minus rho Vg, but I'll let it away with that sort of minor thing. What about general relativity? I wonder if it knows about that. Show Einstein's equations of general relativity in LaTeX format with double dollar delimiters. I shouldn't have to say double dollar delimiters. I put that in the original prompt, but it seems to have a short memory. I say that there's a double dollar delimiter in there.
Certainly. Einstein's equations of general relativity are G equals 8, where G is the Einstein tensor, which describes the curvature of spacetime, and T is the stress-energy tensor, which describes the distribution of energy and momentum in the universe. The Einstein tensor is given by the following equation: G equals R.
That might even be right. You notice how it's not got the formatting. It's used caret to R, carat, I think it's called, isn't it? 2, other than R superscript. But it's not too bad again for the presentation. Whether it might be right. I mean, it's got a familiar look about it, but general relativity is not my kind of area. Anyway, so you can have hours of fun on something like that. And one more thing, which I've probably shown you before, but there's got an audio input here, so I can take anything I like in any language, in theory, like a song or audio, and put it in here. I can even ask it to translate as well, because it can speak just about any language, I think. But this is I'm not going to play it, but this is a 1970s, I think it was, Eurovision song in French called by a lady called Catherine Ferry, and it's called Un de Toi, which is one of these catchy Eurovision songs. It's in French, so I'm just going to pop it in here, and it should I'll just play the start of it. Not playing anymore because the copyright thing brings it up, and it should translate it. They should get the English coming up here without doing anything else. There it is. So, un de toi. It's my politics. It means my politics to me. It's your delusions, and sing 1, 2, 3. It's not very intellectual lyrics, I'm afraid. And you can put in an English song, and it'll put the lyrics up. Now, there's an ancient song from the 1970s or 80s, Cliff Richard, Devil Woman. So I know the lyrics to that. So sadly, I'll just put that in and not play it, because it goes like something like, she's a devil woman with evil on her mind. It starts off with, I can't remember where it starts now. I got nothing but bad something or other since the day I saw that cat at my door. Let's see if it picks up the lyrics. Funny enough, it's taken a bit longer than the French one, isn't it? Here you go. I've had nothing but bad luck since the day I saw that cat at my door. So I came to you, sweet lady, answering your mystical call. Crystal ball on the table, you're showing the future, the past. Yeah, so sadly, that's, I know that. I don't know why I know that, but that's the Beware the Devil Woman. Right, so it got that completely right. Maybe we can try translating something into, I don't know, language. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to put this back down to 1 because it doesn't really need that much level of intellect, I think, to translate a language. I'm not sure, really. Let's see. Let's try. Can you translate something into Russian for me, please?
Sure. Please provide the text you would like me to translate into Russian.
Now what should we put? Today is a beautiful day. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. Let's see if it converts it to Russian. Oh, well, it did. There it is. There's the Cyrillic. I don't know whether that's right or not, but well, let's see if it can do this. Draw. A picture of an artificial intelligence computer. I was going to do something else as well before I go. Oh, there it is. That's what it thinks an AI computer should look like. Draw. The solution to the world, the universe, and everything. And it should give an answer of 42, of course, but it's not going into the AI. But I'll ask it that in a minute. Well, I don't think that's... It's totally abstract. What is the answer to the question, the solution to the world, the universe, and everything? Let's see if it knows it's 42.
The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is 42, according to Douglas Adams' science fiction series, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. However, this was intended as a humorous and satirical response to the question of the meaning of life.
Absolutely.